A question lies carved into Hurrian and Hittite tablets in Anatolia from thousands of years ago. What happens when a god succumbs to his most primal desire? Today, we descend from Appa's human drama into a much darker, much rawer story. This is a legend of the sun god, ruler of the skies, and his cunning, a mother's brutal rejection of her child, and a childless man's desire pushing moral boundaries. Our story is proof of how even beings considered most sacred can succumb to their lust. The story begins with a moment of lust from the supreme sun god. From his throne on high, he looks down upon the earth, and his eyes fall upon a stray cow, fattened in the pastures. In the words of the texts, the god's desire awakens. The sun god, who should be the shepherd of men, disguises himself as a shepherd to achieve his goal. He approaches the cow and begins to corner her with a devious plan. "Why are you trampling my pastures? Why do you cause damage?" he asks. But his true intention is entirely different. The text whispers this clearly. His goal is to incriminate and corner the cow to lie with her. And the sun god gets what he wants. 9 months, 10 months pass. The cow gives birth. But what is born is not a calf. It is a two-legged human child. It is the hybrid son of the god and the cow. Seeing this sight, the cow is filled with horror and rage. She is disappointed, asking, "Why does he not look like me?" The legend tells us that in that moment, she becomes not a mother, but a monster. Arching her back like a tiger, the cow lunges at the child she just bore, intending to tear him apart. The wayward father, the sun god, sees this savagery and intervenes, saving the child at the last moment. However, the cow refuses to accept this illegitimate child. As soon as the god returns to the sky, the stubborn mother takes the baby and abandons him in the most dangerous place imaginable, desolate mountains where predatory animals roam. The child is all alone, and death surrounds him immediately. Birds of prey, hungry wolves, jackals, bears, and even rattlesnakes flicking their poisonous tongues, all gather, waiting to tear the defenseless baby apart. At that critical moment, a man chasing game appears in the mountains. This man, referred to as a fisherman in the texts but thought to be a hunter, has a great burden. He and his wife are childless. Seeing the hunter, the predators flee in fear. Instead of game, the hunter finds a healthy baby boy. He flies with joy. While caressing and soothing the child, he unknowingly murmurs a prayer. "O sun god, you must have been watching me. You must have been aware that I am childless, that you led me right to this child, didn't you?" The hunter does not realize this gift comes from the child's true father, the god himself. He only thinks his longing for a child has ended. He takes the child to his home in the city of Umma. Here, he makes a choice between his conscience and a trick. The hunter calls his wife and explains his plan to legitimize this foundling baby. "Take this child immediately, go to the bedroom, lie down on the mattress, and scream as if you are in labor. Let the townspeople hear and say, 'The fisherman's wife has given birth to a child.' That way, some will bring us bread, and others will bring sheep's fat." The woman follows her husband's words to the letter. Fake screams of labor spread through the whole city, and the naive village people, hearing this fake birth, begin to shower them with gifts: bread, sheep's fat, and beer, the most acceptable foods of that time. Born from the sun god's shameful union, abandoned to death by his mother, and a home built upon a lie by a hunter. The climax of the story, unfortunately, ends here because the tablet is broken. What was the fate of this child? Was he just the lost hero of a folk tale? We do not know. However, experts working on Hittite texts, looking at these broken fragments, have put forward a strong thesis. This text is not a simple fairy tale. This foundling baby, when he grows up, will be none other than Anum-Hirbi, the king of Mama near Maras, who succeeded in establishing a mighty kingdom in a short time. In other words, This myth is a foundation legend describing the miraculous and controversial birth of a real king, Anum-Hirbi, who achieved unprecedented success in history with the power he inherited from a god. Yet, even the life of that fortunate king reached a tragic end with a heroic death. He chose by drinking poison as a result of indigestible defeats and misfortunes. Hittite mythology shows us that gods are not only the source of celestial wars, but also of history's greatest heroes. This is how the Hittites and history intertwine in the dusty tablets of Anatolia. Thank you for joining us in this episode. You have been listening to the Veritas Antiqua channel. To be notified of new episodes, you can subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Goodbye.